So the third step is imputation. Now imputation itself has three methods. One is you can use mean, mod and median, and another is you can use the machine learning models to impute the missing value. The third one is that you'll be doing on yourself by using a package that is known as dataset. Okay, and the link to the documentation of this package will be given to you. Okay, now see, if you're going to, if let's suppose that we have a data set, again the same example. Okay, and here we are having age, let's say, then we have job type maybe, and the qualification, then we have salary, right? So we have missing value here, missing value here, missing value here. Okay, so whenever you are having the missing value and it is of numerical type, any attribute can be of two type. One, it can be of numerical type where we are having the numbers, right? And another, it can be of categorical type where we'll be having categories like, let's say, we can say the color of the clothes, so it can be green, it can be red, it can be white also, right? So they will be categories, they are not numbers, right? Obviously you can have numerical categories also, but that part we'll be looking at when we'll be learning the encoding of the attributes. Okay, now anytime you have the numerical data, you can always use these two methods, mean and median. So if you are having numerical data, let's say age is there, only one value is missing, so you can calculate the mean of all the remaining values, and you can just say that in place of this missing value I can put the mean. Okay, or you can also calculate the median and you can put in place of missing value, you can put median. So in this way you will be imputing. And if the attribute is of categorical type, so let's say I have the color of the clothes and it is it is given in a categorical type, then we can use the mod here. And mod is just nothing but the most frequent element that is getting repeated. So let's say that green is coming maximum number of times, so I can place, in place of missing values, I can just write the color of the cloth was green. Okay, so yeah, if you have any confusion, we can, like in the later class, or there will be a doubt class, we can discuss about them. Okay, so for categorical data we can use the mod, for numerical data we can use median and mean. But why? We have two choices, then when to use what, right? So if you have the data that is normally distributed, it is always good to use mean. Okay, and if you have the data that is not following the normal distribution, it is skewed to some left or right side, it is having some skewness, then you can always use the median. Okay, obviously, so the question is, do we need any kind of visualization? Yes. So before imputing, you should be visualizing the data, whether it is skewed or it's following the normal distribution. So if it is following the normal distribution, you'll be using mean. If it is skewed, you'll be using median. Okay, and this skewness is basically related to the outliers also, so we'll discuss about that when we'll reach to the outlier part. Okay, so this is the first method, that is the imputation by statistics, that is mean, mod, median. Okay, the next thing is that you can have the imputation by the machine learning models itself, and for that you need to basically follow a certain process. First you need to create some subset of the original dataset. So let's say this is our dataset, and we need to do the imputation by machine learning models. So what you need to do is you need to do the imputation. You need to first create a subset of this dataset, and then you'll be training a machine learning model on that particular subset. And whatever the model that you'll be getting after training, you'll be using the same model to predict the values for the missing values, for the missing record. Okay, so let's see how we are going to get the subset of that particular original data set. Okay, and what are the steps that are involved. And this will be the last topic that we'll be covering. Obviously you need to do this data wig as your homework. If you haven't done it and you are making a revision of this class, then you should be doing it right away. Okay, so let's see what are the rules that are involved here. Okay, so I'm going to erase it. Suppose you have a data set. And this data set we are having, let's say 1 2 3 4 5 records. Okay, and we have attribute as a1, a2, a3 and a4. Remember, this can be our target variable also. Okay, so we have this target as target variable, and these are our features. And let's say we have a missing value here, we have a missing value here, maybe here also we have a missing value, and maybe we have another missing value that is here. That's it. And maybe here also we have a missing value. Okay, so first thing is that we need to see what are the attributes that are having missing values. So all attributes are having missing values. We need to see what is the attribute that is having the least number of missing values. So we have a1 and a4. So both of these are having 1 as missing value, right? So number of missing values will be 1 here. And then our, I think a3 is also there. So we have 3 choices here, and a3 is also having 1 missing value, and a2 is having 2 missing values, right? Now the next thing that we need to do is make a data set. So first I'll be choosing one attribute. Let's say I'm taking a1 here. So the next thing that I'll be doing is create some data set that I'll be using to train a machine learning model. Okay, now how we'll be creating it? So I'll be taking a1 here, and I'll be looking at the records where a1 is having missing values. So this is the record where a1 is having missing values. Now on this record I'll be checking what are the attributes that are having the missing value. Okay, on this record, so you can see this is also a missing value, and this one is the attribute corresponding to this missing value. So I cannot take this a2 in my next data set. So I have a choice of attributes, that is a3 and a4, and my a1 will be my target variable, or you can say temporary target variable. Okay, I can have any subset of these particular attributes as my temporary features. So now let's suppose that I'm taking both of these as my temporary features. So I have a data set here, right? Now here in this data set I have a3, a4 and my temporary target variable as a1, right? Now I need to fill the records. So on the second step, what you'll be doing, you'll be looking what are the records in which I don't have any missing values corresponding to these attributes here. So on a3 and a4 I'll be selecting only those records that are not having missing values. So see, I'm going to focus on a3 and a4. Okay, and obviously I'll be focusing on a1 also. Okay, so on a1 I cannot take this one because a4 is having missing value, right? I cannot take this one because my a1 is having missing value. I cannot take this one because a2 is having missing value. I can take this one because a2 is not included there, right? So I can take this one. So 3 I can take, so I'll be having 3. I cannot take 4 because A3 is there and A3 is having missing value here, so I cannot take this one. I can take 5 because there is no missing value, so I can take 5, right? So I have this data set here where I am having 2 records, the third one and fifth one. Okay, so by using this data set, I'll take these as features and this as target variable. And I'll train a machine learning model. Right? Now see, this data set is created in such a way that you can always predict for A1, right? Because A1 is the target variable and A3 and A4, they were not missing, right? And we have selected the attributes in such a way that we can always find A3 and A4 when A1 is missing, right? So once you trained an algorithm and you got the model, you can always put the values of A3 and A4 and you can get the value of A1, right? So here you can see, like here we have a missing value here, and we have non-missing value for A3 and A4. So we can put A3 and A4 and we can get the value for this particular missing value here for A1, right? So now this, after getting this model, we'll just put these values and we'll get A1, right? So this will be full, right? Then again we will repeat the same process. We'll see what is the attribute that is having the least missing value. So now this is gone. We can take A4 and we can again create the whole small data set and we can move, like cycle like that. So whatever the algorithm that you are selecting for modeling this depends on the nature of the target variable. So let's say that it's a categorical variable, so you'll be having some classification algorithm. If it's a numerical algorithm, numerical variable or continuous variable, you'll be having a regression algorithm. Okay, so like that you can impute. Okay, so this is actually a very brief, or I can say I just tried to make sure that you understand in the short time. If you have any doubt, you can ask in that 1 hour doubt session that I'll be taking after the end of the next class. Okay, so thank you so much for being with me and taking enrollment on this class. Thank you so much. Have a good day.